Hi folks, it's Richard from Inclusive Driving again. In this video we are going to drive along the A41. It's a road that comes up partly on a Wolverhampton driving test, part of it comes up on a Wednesbury driving test. In particular, we're going to look at some of the roundabouts along this route. Some of them have road markings painted in a way that isn't exactly clear. Some of them have no road markings at all. And we're going to drive the full length from Wolverhampton past Wednesbury towards West Bromwich, where we'll turn around and we'll head back the other way, again passing Wednesbury back towards Wolverhampton. If you have a look at the map on the screen at the moment, you'll see that Wednesbury is about midway along the A41. So we're starting in the top left hand corner of the map and we're ending in the bottom right hand corner before turning around and heading back towards the top left. So as we go, we'll explain how we make our decisions at some of these roundabouts. We'll look at the road markings. We'll point out where you would go for Wednesbury Test Centre. And we'll have a look at some of the places where the road markings, I wouldn't say they're unclear, but they're painted in a way that might not feel natural to what you've already experienced. So we'll soon be approaching the first of the roundabouts, and it's a very unusual layout. When you have a look at your sign, you'll see that there is a road at right angles to the left. Do we count that as the first exit? Possibly, possibly not. What I'm interested in is looking for the A41 on this sign. Now the A41 is going to be the thick road over to about the 1 o'clock position on here. So that suggests to me we can probably use the left lane or the right lane. You can see that both of these lanes say A41. That road that's just gone off to the left, the A4444, could be the first exit. Straight ahead of us is actually the second exit, so the A41 curves around here. So as we've chosen the left lane, we will exit to the left lane. We could just as easily have chosen the right lane, and as we come to this exit, we would therefore choose the right lane into a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. We've got a little bit of time before we reach the next roundabout, so let's just have a chat about it. This roundabout has no road markings on it at all. There are 4 exits to choose from, and we're going to follow the A41, which turns out to be the third exit. You'll notice when we come to the sign that exits 1 and 2 are thin roads. I think they're even marked as stubby roads on this sign. So A41 is the first major road that we come to. So we could consider it maybe straight on, even though on the signpost it's indicated at about 1 or 2 o'clock. We could probably use the left or the right lane here. There are 3 lanes to choose from. We're going to choose the middle. We don't know what anybody else is going to choose though, because there are no road markings. So as we go onto this roundabout, we've chosen the middle. We need to stay kind of in the middle. Pick a lane, any lane, there are no markings. As we go around, we want to make sure that there is nobody immediately to the left or the right of us that would potentially cause any conflict if we both decided to exit to the same lane. So lots of mirror checks required on this roundabout. I think the middle lane approach works quite nicely, and as soon as you've gone past the second exit, spiral out to the left to exit to the left lane. This roundabout that we're approaching is very nicely marked and very nicely signposted. If you were to turn left here, you would head towards Wednesbury Driving Test Centre. We're going ahead. We could choose the middle or the right. We're choosing the middle. Have a look at the road marking. It does say A41 in both of those lanes, the middle and the right. And this is very nicely marked. We've chosen the middle. The left lane goes off to the left, so we now become the left lane. And we exit to the left. Of course, we could have used the right lane and exit to the right instead. Now the roundabout we're coming up to is quite tricky. There are 3 lanes on approach. If you choose the left lane to go straight on, which you can do, have a look at the green sign here, left and middle lane both go straight on. We've chosen the left lane. It's very easy to drift to the right. You must keep absolutely to the left. You almost think you're going to hit the curb here. And exit to the left. If we'd have drifted to the right, we would have been driving into the side of that red car. So you'll be pleased to know there are no more roundabouts for a little bit. As you're driving along this road, the A41, be aware that there may be lorries pulling out of the industrial estates on the left. If you can safely move to the right lane to help them out, why not do that? Once you've gone safely past the lorry and left him a good braking distance, move over to the left again. So we'll speed this little bit of video up until we get towards the next roundabout. So here we're approaching another roundabout. We still want the A41. We can see that it's second exit, pretty much straight ahead. We can use the left or the middle lane. We're choosing the left lane. Again, we will keep to the left, 2 lanes to the right of you. Make sure you don't drift into that middle lane. Now at the next roundabout we were planning to turn right and go full circle and head back, but when we got there we actually changed our mind and went straight on second exit instead. This is because a couple of days ago we'd seen there were some roadworks happening, and we just wanted to go and explore to see if those roadworks had finished, to see if there'd been any changes to the lane markings. So you'll see that in a moment we take up a position in the right lane because we were originally planning to turn right. Change our mind and we go straight on instead. We can do that from this lane. You can see it still says A41 West Bromwich. It's got a straight arrow and a right arrow. So we keep to the right, spiral to the middle, and we exit to the right lane. Now we didn't really have a reason for being in the right lane anymore, so we checked mirrors, signalled and moved back to the left. approaching another roundabout, we still want to follow the A41. You can see on the sign it's straight on, second exit. And the sign here tells us that we can use the middle or the right lane. So we're expecting the left lane to disappear into the first exit, and so the middle lane will now become the left lane. Now this section of the A41 continues underneath the roundabout towards the M5 motorway. We're going to take the deceleration lane, or the slip road if you like, off to the left, but then we're going to keep to the right of the slip road so that we can go full circle on the roundabout. Now although we're looking for A41, we want the A41 going in the direction we've just come, so we're expecting to go full circle on the roundabout. So until I've gone past the first exit, I'm not really expecting to see any signs for A41 that are any use to me, because the signs people aren't expecting me to go full circle. So here it's just signposted West Brom for the town centre. Hello, it's Richard from the future. While editing this video, I just thought it would be a good idea to explain these road markings a little bit more. Generally, when we approach a roundabout, the people that design the road markings and road signs aren't expecting you to go full circle and go back the way you've come. So you generally won't find a lane dedicated to going full circle. Here though, we can see it does say A41. So just have a look at this map that we've popped on the screen now. We've emerged, or we've approached this roundabout from the left of the map. What we can see now saying A41 is for people that have come from that white road at the bottom. So the road that's coming from about 6 o'clock onto the roundabout. If anybody wanted to go right third exit onto the A41, they would be using that lane that you can now see saying A41 East. So we want the A41 going the other direction. So that's not A41 East. If anything, we want A41 West. And because no one's expecting us to go full circle and head back the way we come, we won't yet see any road markings for A41 in the direction that we want. So I hope that's just cleared that one up, and let's go back to Richard in the present. As we get round the corner here, you'll start to pick up some lane markings again for the A41. Got a choice of two directions from this lane. We've got straight on or right, so we are signalling right so that people know which of those directions we're going to take. Again, this middle lane, or the left lane, the lane to the left of us will disappear ahead. So I'm expecting this middle lane to now become the left lane. There we are, it's put us on the left. It does say A41, so we know we're in the right place. Now these are the roadworks that we saw a few days ago. We thought they might have been finished. They haven't. Got the left lane is signposted as being closed. A little bit naughty here. There really should be a give way sign at the end of this. We're merging with traffic already on this road. And incidentally, the roadworks that have been going on have been painting these yellow lines. These are the lines that make you very aware of your speed. As you get closer to the hazard or the roundabout or the junction, the lines get closer together to give you the impression that you're going faster than you really are. I'm imagining, or I'm guessing, that there has been some kind of incident at this roundabout to make them want to paint so many yellow lines. We're following A41. We've only got a choice of the right lane at the moment due to the roadworks closing the lanes. We could move to the left lane now, but we actually on this occasion continue in the right lane, exit to the right lane, and then because we don't have a purpose being in the right, we're not overtaking, we're not planning to turn right, we do mirror signal manoeuvre and back to the left. Heading back in the direction of Wolverhampton, we'll be passing Wednesbury midway. So we're looking for A41 on the road signs and A41 painted in the road. Here comes a big green sign with a map of the roundabout on. See, Wolverhampton A41 is ahead, second exit, so we're looking for an indication of which lane to use. We've got the choice of the middle or the right. The left lane is left turn only, so I'm expecting that to disappear down the first exit, and so I'm expecting my middle lane to become the left lane. There we are, it's pushed me over to the left and I exit to the left. Okay, the next roundabout we're coming up to is marked in a bit of a strange way. It doesn't say Wolverhampton, it simply says North, or NTH, an abbreviation for North. That is the direction we want, although how we would guess that if we'd never been here before, I don't really know. So let's look out for the green sign with a map, which is conveniently hidden by trees. So Wolverhampton, the north, A41, got the choice of the middle or the right lane. Again, the left lane is left turn only, so I'm expecting that to disappear and for my middle lane to become the left lane. Keeping that lane on the right empty, and I've now been pushed over to the left lane. It does say A41. And we're back on that long stretch of A41 where nothing exciting really happens. There are a couple of sets of traffic lights for pedestrian crossings. There are some entrances and exits to industrial estates on the left. So again, if you see lorries trying to emerge from those industrial estates onto this road, if you can safely move over to the right, then that's a good thing to do. So here we'll speed the video up again until we get closer to the next roundabout. At the next roundabout, for anybody wanting to turn left first exit, there is an additional lane that you can use on the left. I can see brake lights of the car in front. So we're looking for a straight arrow. So the left lane is left turn only. So again, I'm expecting my middle lane to become the left lane. It's not far to the next roundabout. We'll just briefly talk about these road markings. There are two lanes that go ahead, but the straight arrow is actually painted in between them. So the white line you see now is going to have a white arrow painted in the middle. So that's telling us that we can use both lanes. Now we've got some proper arrows. I've started on the left, so I will continue on the left. And then the next roundabout we come to is the one that had no road markings whatsoever. Now it will be straight on, second exit. There will be a choice of 3 lanes. The way the lanes are, or the way the roundabout is laid out, it makes sense that the left and middle lanes go straight on, and if you're taking the roads to the right, you use the extreme right lane. So this lane splits into 2. I'd say we can use the left or the middle to go straight on. We've chosen the left, so we keep to the left. And the next roundabout is a very strange shape. We saw it right at the start of the video. If we want the A41, then we have to, it looks like we're going straight on for the A41. But as we get towards that exit, we'll see there are some different road markings. If the paintwork and the road numbers painted in the road show that you can go to 2 different places in that lane, then we should expect that that lane will either split or something will happen to make us make another decision on which specifically of those 2 destinations we want. So here we've got a choice of A41 or A4444. They're both marked in this left lane to start with. But because there are 2 destinations, we know that we've got another decision to make at some point in the near future. We're looking for A41 towards Wolverhampton. We know that there's going to be another decision to make. This road marking says 41 and 4444. Now here's another lane on the left with a pointy sign saying Wolverhampton is left. So that's an active decision to make a left signal and a left lane change. This bit of road could still come up on a Wednesbury driving test. Still following the sign for Wolverhampton A41. At these traffic lights we're looking for A41 Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton is marked as straight on there, so let's look for a straight arrow in the road. Looks like we're on target. And finally we're coming to another roundabout. We still want Wolverhampton A41. This one's a little bit trickier. There are no signs to tell us which lane we want. You might expect it to be straight on because A41 on the map sign that's coming up is actually indicated as straight on. But if we have a look at the road markings, we'll see that A41 is actually the right hand lane. Who would have known that? So here we need to keep to the right. There's nothing to tell us that in advance. We just have to make that decision kind of now. The left lane is marked as going to the A463 on the left, so I'm expecting that lane to disappear in a moment. I'm expecting this lane to push me over to the left so that it says A41. We had a choice of the left or the right there. A41 was the left, and it's confirmed with the pointy arrow sign. So I hope that's been useful to you, looking at some of the roundabouts on the A41 that could come up partly on a Wolverhampton driving test. Most of those could come up on a Wednesbury driving test. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on another video very soon. We're actually not going to finish the video there. A couple of days prior to filming this, we tried to film the same route, but it was wet, it was raining, and we're going to show you that video footage, no commentary, but just so that you can see how the road markings are much more difficult to see when the road is wet. Enjoy the rest of the video. There are several ways to help this channel. Like this video so that it gets shown to other people. Share it with your friends on social media to make sure that they see it. And most of all, subscribe to the channel to show your ongoing support and help me keep creating new content.